In this lecture, I'm going to guide you through a process for meeting your inner critic. Now, the first step, as I mentioned before, is turning towards your inner critic. I see that there's a lot of books out there on the internet and articles around how to shut down your inner critic, how to tame your inner critic, control your inner critic, even books that name the inner critic as a bitch, get rid of the bitch inside your head. What I found is that doesn't work for me. The more I try and control something or shut it down, the louder it seems to get. And what I've found is by turning towards something, listening with different ears, compassionate curiosity and kindness, I can start to hear what's underneath the harsh words and tone of voice. And over time, the more the awareness that you develop, you can start to change the way that your inner critic speaks to you. And over time, your inner critic, you'll find, will actually become your best friend, your inner champion, so to speak, the one who's really got your back no matter what, anytime. So the next step is to choose a situation in which you're self-critical. So just a little warning here, when I first did this example, I chose a situation in which I was highly self-critical. And when I went into the guided visualization that I'm about to take you through, I got a shock because the inner critic looked like someone from my childhood, and it was pretty scary. So I just want to give you this warning because that's actually not your inner critic if you have this experience. If you've had someone in your childhood who's been really abusive to you, then we can internalize that person, and that's actually your inner abuser. And the strategies to deal with that are quite different. So for the purposes of getting in touch with our inner critic, I would suggest that you choose a fairly light example. So when I went back in to do this a second time, I chose this hairbrush example. And this is something where in the mornings when I was rushing to get ready for work, it really annoyed me to find hair in the hairbrush, particularly my husband's hair. My poor husband was losing his hair, and he would often use the brush and just put it down absent-mindedly and walk away, and I would come in and find all his hair in the brush, and it really irritated me. Now this would activate my self-criticism, because I have stories about myself that I'm critical and fussy and controlling. And so that's the kind of thing that would happen. So in telling this story, I can then start to connect with what my inner critic looks like. So we want to kind of try and come up with an image. So we've got the inner abuser. To be careful, just go gently. Think of a situation in which you're mildly self-critical, not too self-critical. And this is a guided visualization. There's a worksheet that you can download. I would recommend that you pause the video and go through this process using the sheet and write down the things that you discover. So you just center yourself, take some breaths. Bring the situation to mind. Close your eyes. And notice, what does your inner critic look like? What kind of image? So you don't need to overthink it. It's just whatever pops into your head. So for a friend of mine, it was like this black electrical storm that lives next to her ear, like a cloud. For someone else that I was guiding through the process, it was a black triangle. For me, it turned out to be an invisibility cloak, like in Harry Potter, except it was black. So it would kind of shroud me and hide me. So what does your inner critic look like? And with this situation in mind, in which you're self-critical, what does your inner critic say to you? So for me, it's like, why are you being so fussy? You harp on about these little things. You're so controlling. He's right about you. You're pedantic. You're a nitpicker. What things does your inner critic say to you? What does it feel about you? So my inner critic, the cloak, is kind of stern and protective. It's very quick to try and hide me and shut me down, keep me safe. Don't shine your light. Don't step out. Don't stick out. Don't stand out. You might get hurt. Blend in. Be good. Be safe. So it feels very sort of stern and protective and on high alert around the things that I say and do. And then what does your inner critic want to do to you? So as I said, with mine, it's a cloak, so it wants to hide me. What does your inner critic want to do? Are there any actions associated with that? So hopefully you will pause the video and write these things down. You can use the worksheet if that helps.